Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, come at you with my 1400 subscriber special, which is a Q&A. I got a lot of good questions from, Yu-Gi-Oh! And the ones I thought I would get, like how you would get into Yu-Gi-Oh! To like anime and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys enjoy this kind of video, since it is kind of like a special one-off video. However, if this does really well and you guys really like this video, I may do it sometime in the future, maybe like 8 months from now or something around those lines. So make sure you leave a like button and subscribe. Let's see if we can make this 1400 subscriber very close to the 1500 subscriber special. And if you're buying cards off TCG Player, please buy fill link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. And consider being a YouTube channel member. You get access to my Discord and a lot of other perks. You even get, to choose your own market watch depending on what tier you get. So go do that. And I'm just going to get right into it. Before that, I really do want to say thank you guys a lot for subscribing, sticking around, and just appreciating the content. I really do love making market watches. Not only is it really fun, but it's nice to have a little extra money to help, supply this hobby, get cards I want. I got a collection video. That was awesome. I get some money to do some openings for you guys, which you guys have an awesome opening coming up. And I just love that you guys not only love the content right here, but some of you actually support it. It really does mean a lot to me. And hopefully we can keep going. Hopefully we can have fun for many years to come. So I'm going to get right into it. The first question I have here is, how did you get into Yu-Gi-Oh? Why did you end up taking a break? And what made you come back? So that's 3 questions, but I'm going to answer all of them. So how I got into Yu-Gi-Oh, like actually seriously, not like I'm going to skip the whole, when we were a kid, I watched the anime. Of course, that's how everyone got into it. I'm not going to waste my time with that. The reason I got in is because when I was going into 7th grade, my mom decided, because, I didn't have really many friends, go into Taekwondo, right? Help boost confidence. There, I met one of my best friends that, sadly, we don't talk anymore. And he played Yu-Gi-Oh! And he got me into Yu-Gi-Oh! This was at the, very, very beginning of Synchros, essentially, right? Close to around that. And I was able to play there. I was able to experience Plant Synchro format. However, I didn't really know too much of what was happening. But I had my little makeshift deck. I had a Dog of Nightmare. I remember that card should be over here, actually. I played Copycat as well, right? I actually really like that card a lot. That's why I always had my jump version from the start, because I really love that card. I think it was really good because you could summon it and you can go over something if you need to, right? And force a 1-for-1. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was very different back in the day, and maybe it's just my nostalgia, but that's why I think when everyone goes into Yu-Gi-Oh! The first time, wherever they go into is going to be some of their favorite format, unless they start playing in 2017. Nobody likes that. But, yeah. The reason I left was because, so I played until my, sophomore year of high school, junior year of high school, and then I entered as I was entering my senior year of high school, 2 things happened, which was, number one, something happened to a channel that I was uploading to, right? It's out there that I had an old YouTube channel. I don't really like talking about it too much because even I have to admit, it's not that I wasn't proud of it, but I made so many failures that I didn't do with this channel that I wasn't, maybe that's why this channel succeeds a little bit more. But there was that, that went away. And then I got upset about that. A friend of mine stole from me. He stole my entire high rarity Satellite deck. And he stole from a bunch of other people too and just fled the area. It was insane. That happened. This was really boring. I remember, I don't know what format this was, but pendulums were very good, all that. And I was just sitting here I lost, it was just so bad. I was like, fuck it. And I just went to do other things, and I just decided to quit. I didn't take the decision to quit, sold off most of my stuff, got a whole lot of cash for it, and then I just started kind of enjoying my senior year of high school as, a non-Yu-Gi-Oh! Player, I guess. The reason I got back into it, though, was I believe it was my sophomore year of college, or maybe close, yeah, about when I was 20, right? So this was 2.5, yeah, about 2.5 years later, maybe 3, right? I, was talking to some friends, because I still had a few friends who still played and all that. They really liked it. They wanted to get back into it, all that. And I recently broke up with, this girl, right? And, I was kind of messed up, because I was in that part of my life where I was like, wow, a lot of my friends are changing. I don't have this many constants in my life, right? Which I was used to, but it was less than usual, right? And, you know, when you go to college, you change, right? I did too, and I was feeling a little, how do I say this, like lost, per se. And I was like, wow, you know, I still have my morals and all that, but it sucks. And a lot of people kept saying, hey, dude, you know, you should try to play Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit. You know, you should try to come back. So I said, fuck it. I still had my Dolce deck. I always had my, because I said I sold off most of my stuff, right? I had a couple cards from my collection, right? Like, you know, 10, 15 or so, something like that. Very small, and then I had my Dolce deck, right? That was high rarity. I always wanted to keep that because it was the first real deck I ever built, right? It was with my old buddy and everything, so wanted to keep that. Started playing, you know, couldn't understand links really, but I liked it. You know, I was cool with it. I was playing a little bit, and then, you know, I started a YouTube channel fairly early, right? Because we decided we all want to be a team, right? Yeah, I know. And that didn't work out. But, you know, we decided, hey, we should make content for fun too, right? So I said, yeah, okay, but, you know, because of certain mistakes that happened in my last one, I said, hey, I have to be in charge, right? I'm going to be fully in charge, right? Everyone thought that's fine, that was cool, right? You know, and we did that, right? And eventually I just started, you know, getting more into the community, you know, doing stuff like that. I always loved opening too. And once I felt like I was back into it, like I like to go to a locals once a week, it felt good to be back. So that's kind of how I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! It was kind of to find myself again, sort of, if that makes sense. Have another constant in my life, because life's just crazy. Like, it really is. And then we're going to get into the next question here, even though that was technically 3. So what are your least favorite archetypes and why? So I decided that I need to give you guys a story on one. But obviously there's photons. I don't need to explain why. If you've been watching the channel for at least like 2 months, you know why. Photons, heroes, but I don't hate hero players. I just hate that we have to see hero product all the time. It's just annoying to me. And it takes up useless slots that we could have for many other cards. I hate Ritual Beasts because the guy who stole from me was a Ritual Beast player. And every Ritual Beast player I met, for some weird reason, like since then, has just been a really like scummy person. Right? They're very two-faced especially. And I've just noticed that, and it's like, you know, it's not good to stereotype, obviously, but, you know, I have that feeling in my head. It's like, why does this pattern keep... And they prove this fact, by the way. Like, somehow down the line, or I hear a bunch of things or something, right? Along with... I just hate how the deck plays as well. I always just hated that deck a lot. I hate Infernoids. I just really... I don't like them. I hate Zodiac because... They were supposed to die like a long time ago, and they have not, and that just upsets me. Like, what else do I hate? I feel like I want to give you. Oh, I kind of hate Light Swarms. I'm not gonna lie. Like every time I played a Light Swarm deck, everything went wrong, and I have this story which is gonna have a whole video, right? About Ultimate Rare Judgment Dragon, why it's one of my most hated card, right? And it's not because, and I tell people, it's not because I lost a duel and I'm salty. That's not enough for me. Let's say, all I say is the police were involved, and I'll get into that, right? I'm actually going to have a full story about that. I have to make a separate video about this, right? That's how bad it was. So, I mostly hate Judgment Dragon, especially the ulti one. I don't hate Light Storms as much, but I still have some hate for them. But yeah, that's 6 archetypes. I don't go around hating a lot of archetypes. There's way more archetypes I like than hate. But if you play one of these hated archetypes, I don't hate you per se. I just hate the deck for a certain reason, right? Like I've met a lot of players who play the above, you know, archetypes, except for Ritual Beasts. Never happened. They're actually really cool people. So we're gonna get right into the next one and question, which is, what is your favorite waifu in the game? I'd probably say Akiza. I mean, by far. I mean, I love Akiza for multiple reasons. I like her growth throughout the story. It could have been written better, alright? I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like Akiza's like this amazing, well-written character. It could have been written a little bit better. I love her design. I love her duels. Her duels are amazing. It's really fun. And what she added to the story, which, you know, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who's watched 5Ds, was super interesting and cool. You know, what she is to Yusei as well is really awesome. I love them as a couple as well, right? I'm not like a guy who ships really. Like, I really can't care. But I won't lie and I say I didn't think it was really cute. There's that. I love her signature, what's called Signer Dragon, which is Black Rose Dragon, is my favorite Signer Dragon. You know, I love, you know, the way she plays as well, you know, her personality, all that. And I really just like, you know, and when I mean personality, I mean, you know, personality. But I like her actual personality as well. Plus, I actually am a big fan of plants and everything, and I actually really love that. I really liked Crossroads of Chaos as well as a set because it was kind of signatured around her, and I thought plants were really cool. There's a lot of things I really love about her as well. Along with, I think she kind of got me. I know she's not exactly a redhead, but I think she got me into redheads. Like something happened like early on in my life that like switched me into loving redheads. Like I don't know what happened. All right, I don't know if it was that one Sophia D video or Akiza. I don't really know, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so. How did you meet Master Swag King, and did you both start doing market watches together? I'll be honest with you, it's hilarious how me and MSK have like this good friendship now. I actually really love it, right? Because we just like fuck around while doing his videos essentially, right? We don't really care about like the subs or views at all. And you could ask either one of us like years down the line. Answer's gonna still remain the same. The reason why we met is because when I was around maybe 200 subscribers, roughly around like 250 maybe. I watched a couple videos on his channel, and I thought, hey, maybe this guy wants to collab, right? Because back then I really wanted to collab with people for a couple reasons. Number one was also to get my numbers up. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. It was to get my numbers up somewhat, right? Was the reason. But it was also because I liked him, and I loved market watches. It was my favorite type of content, but I was like, I don't know why I didn't do mine. Maybe it's because I was scared, or maybe I didn't want to like do it just yet, or I didn't have any experience with it, right? Because I'm a little bit illiterate when it comes to technology, right? It's very hard for me to find stuff. You could ask a lot of people, like, shout out to Akame TCG, by the way, really awesome guy. He tried to teach me how to make thumbnails, and he's a trooper, right? I am dumb when it comes to that, like, but so when someone like me goes into YouTubing, there's like a ton of throttles that come by, so I just need help, and you know that's I guess why I didn't want to do it, something like that. But I met him, I asked him for a collab, he made me hop on in. MSK keeps it 100 with you, and I also like to be very honest, right? You know, sometimes people play things up for the camera. Normally, I really don't. I'm really just myself, really, because in a way, it's like, well, I'm excited for getting this $100 ulti. I like having fun pulling good stuff, for example. Why? Because it takes you out of this entire world for a couple seconds, which I think is great, right? You know, I like having fun with MSK because we get to joke around. I like looking at the market and saying, wow, that's some actual bullshit. I also like bitching, right? There's a ton of things, right? And it just flows well on camera. I'm very explosive in person. A lot of people know this, right? You can ask people in person, unless I don't like you, then then I'll be like sort of mute and I'll just like tolerate you. But me and MSK met through there, you know, we got set up, and then we started slowly just getting close, and then it just happened. It was very natural, believe it or not. We really were that much in sync. So yeah, we met over a year ago. We've been knowing each other for like a year and a couple months now. So how many subs until you get frosted tips? So if you guys don't know what frosted tips is, it's like a hairstyle. I was going to keep my back, and then I was going to maybe cut my hair a little bit on the sideburns, because these sideburns are annoying, a little bit around the ears, and then some of the front, right? I wasn't actually going to, you know, get a full haircut, because I want to keep it kind of long, right? So kind of like Eren Yeager, which, by the way, for those who watch Attack on Titan, I know I have a lot of you guys who actually watch it. I'm actually reading the manga now. Now that the series ended, I thought it was supposed to be the final season. It's not I know even if it is the final season, it's not like the final episode. I thought it was going to be done. We're going to get everything. So I'm just going to go. I'm reading the manga right now, and I'm loving it. But I'm going to have it kind of like Eren Yeager with the long hair, sort of. But yeah, frosted tips, how many subs? Never. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of guys, and I fit this category, are really just lazy to do stuff with their hair. Like, they like to let it flow sometimes. They like to do one thing one time in their life maybe, but I've already passed that. Like, I mean, plus I need to get employed eventually because I'm getting my degree soon, so I'm trying not to look like the main character. Well, how many, and there's this question. You shoot dice for real? Okay, yes, I do shoot dice. I love shooting dice, right? When it comes to me and gambling, believe it or not, I love gambling, but I hate it at the same time, which is something you hear a lot, but I'm very different when I say it. I'll explain this. I don't like going to a casino and gambling or something like an official event. I rarely ever like to do that, right? I do it once in a blue moon if I'm like, for a little bit and then I'm done, right? I like gambling when it's like either like dice with like another person or player, because it's not. Sometimes I roll Yu-Gi-Oh cards, sometimes I roll cash. Not that you should gamble, haha. Make your own decision. You're an adult. But just gamble. I guess my advice is just don't gamble things that you would miss, or don't gamble things that you don't have. So. I do that, right? But I really like gambling when it comes to like actually very random, right? Like with a place where I know that the odds really only God knows, right? And you're not really going to get that at official places ever, right? So, yeah, I like to shoot dice. The fun fact, by the way, the second series of the channel after 5 Cards Time Your Trade Binder was, oh, by the way, fun fact, first episode of 5 Cards Time Your Trade Binder got 19 views. Yeah, hilarious. But the second series was going to be me shooting dice. It was going to be with my teammates. It was going to be with people at locals. It was going to be friends as well. And it was going to be, what's it called? Maybe like pro players. 'Cause actually, odd enough, I know a few pro players. I'm not like super into the pro scene. I don't want you guys to think that for a second. But I know, like, for example, Anthony has appeared in a few of my videos. Really awesome guy. I would have shot dice with him. A few other people, some bigger vendors, something like that. Have some fun for the channel. But if you guys don't know, gambling is against YouTube's TOS. And, my biggest thing is to get YouTube off my back and off my radar. I like to play nice, and I don't want them to look at the Yu-Gi-Oh channel at all, if that makes sense. So, sadly, you guys will probably never see that video. Oh, I used to do CSGO flipping, by the way. If you guys don't like CSGO Reaper, I used to be on there. I did like a $1,000 coin flip. It was pretty awesome. But, yeah. Let's go to the next question, though. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this longer video as well. I know we're already 17 minutes in, so I'm going to go a little faster. Do you think OCG cards will never go up in the West? Like Ghost Rares we don't have. So, here's the thing, right? I don't know if we're going to have a market for that or not. And I don't know when we're going to get a market for that. Because there are people who love OCG Ghost Rares, right? For example, I don't really hate them. I like their ultis way more. But I think they're very, very cool, right? But they're still $15, $20. And people don't want to get into that. Because the reason why people don't like it, unlike, say, German Ghost Rares and other phone Ghost Rares, is you cannot play with OCG stuff, right? You cannot go to a tournament with for example, like an ulti Borreload, right? Because Borreload Dragon has Ultimate. I personally have one of a little bit of OCG stuff. And, I cannot play with that copy. However, if I had like a German version, then I can play with that. Especially because, if I believe correctly, we all get the same rarity for the TCG as well. I think it's something to do with that as well. Along with, at least that's what I think the reason is. But I think that for collector purposes, if people want like a Ghost Rare or another card, there's not enough people to really drive up the price. So there are people who like it, but they don't really drive up the price much, right? Like most maybe $1, but probably not even. So that's kind of what I have to say. Along with there's a larger quantity of cards in the OCG. So, if we want a little bit of that, it doesn't really affect us too much. So it could, but I wouldn't put a lot of money into it. I think if you want to get OCG cards, it should be for yourself, not for a profit, right? Because you might be disappointed. When would you ever be willing to do a trade binder video for yourself? I only ask because you are the only person on YouTube who I like that still promotes the idea of a trade binder. That being the case, would you ever be willing to trade with your irons? I think I know this guy, Brandon. Pretty cool dude, always comments on my videos. So here's my question. So here's my answer. I would want to trade with my viewers because, number one, I trade for profit, right? It's not like I'm going to actively rip you off, but I'm going to trade with the idea of profit. I'm going to trade for either stuff I want, personally, and then I won't care, or I will trade for stuff I think is going to go up in the future, right? And, I just feel like I only would do that with my subs if they came up to me in person, right? And I would do it, right? And I might not even then, like, I might just say, fuck it, what do they want, whatever. But I would like to put my subscribers on even ground at the same time and trade with them equally, which means me trying to get something I want or, like, profit, all that. So would I? If I met you in person, maybe. I wouldn't mind, right? Like, if you asked me or all that, I'd probably bust out the trade, because I do love trading, actually, right? So, trading with my subscribers, that would be a very fun thing, but I would also just be, because I don't want anyone walking away from the table feeling like they got ripped off or something. And I won't do anything like that online crap. I know some people trade online. That's always been messy. I'm good. As for a video, though, personally, I do have a collection video, an update collection video, coming in April. It's just, I have a deck profile I should have uploaded this month that I can't, so I have to upload it in April. If I go take your trade binder on the 1st, and then, you know, by the time I do all that, I haven't done a market watch in a few days. So what I need to do is I need to, you know, get all that stuff prioritized, and then I can do a collection video. As for a trade binder video, I might throw it in, I might not. I mean, I'm thinking about just doing a collection video and then doing a trade binder later, because my trade binder is not that updated, because there's a lot of cards that I just don't want to sit on in trade binder where I can't trade because of what's going on in the world, and I'd rather just sell them, and that's kind of what I'm doing. I still have like a lot of good stuff in my trade binder, but it's not as much as I used to have, if that makes sense. So, have you watched Dr. Stone? Dr. Stone's an anime, really quickly, and I usually show images, but I'm not going to go here because anime copyright's very like hit or miss. I've read the manga, and I like the manga. I got to like chapter 120 something, so you know, it was kind of like the start of a new world type of thing. I like it, but it's somewhat boring at times. The openings are really good, though. I really like the openings in Dr. Stone. Like, I've only watched like the first 2-3 episodes of the anime just to see how it was panning out, because I was bored one day. But I really do need to catch up on the manga. I know they're at chapter like probably 200 something, right? But I like it. It's cool. It just gets boring at times. The openings are bangers, though. You guys have really good openings, right? I really like the second opening. I like the first opening as well, though, but second opening's really good. Every opening's really good, though. I just feel like Dr. Stone is something that you kind of have to binge read at times, or it was like better weekly, depending on the person you are, right? Because it really is repetitive, but yeah. What anime are you watching right now? So, I know that some of these just finished, so I'm going to include them anyway, okay? ReZero. I have not watched, like, the final episode, so technically I'm still watching it, so that's not really cheating. I love ReZero. Really good anime. I was falling out of love with it because it's been years since the second season, and then I fell back in love with it. I think that ReZero really knows how to tell a story. I think it's a really good series. Best girl, personally, probably just Rem, you know. I'm just basic like that, right? But there's a lot of good waifus there, you know. Even Amelia, right, where she had a lot of character development. But I'd probably say Ekinodono as my second. Really love her as well. And then I like that. I like the storytelling. I really like where they're going with it. I love the fight scenes. ReZero is just an overall amazing anime. If you have not watched it, I highly recommend it. Give it a couple episodes though, because sometimes it takes a little while to get back into gear, but it's really good. I'm watching that. I'm also watching Quintessential Quintuplets. I read the manga, but I'm loving the anime so much, which is super weird, right? I love that series. I've kept up with that. I know it's not an anime per se, but I like to watch Ruby. I don't like to interact with the fandom. Ruby has a lot of problems, but I've been watching it for years. Like back when I was like in high school and all that. So I just, for fun, I'll watch the ep when it comes out. For fun, enjoy it a little bit. I'll watch that. I'm also watching, what else is it called? Because I have bookmarks. I'm watching the Boku no Hero right now as well. And I'm watching a few other animes, but I think I went on enough. And Attack on Titan, obviously. But, so, are you going to ever do another collection video? Oh, yeah, I'm just going to do another, I already answered that, but yeah, I'll probably do it in, like, April update, because I still get views and comments on that, believe it or not. And, I think to myself, if you guys really like this, I should probably do another one. So, I do plan on doing that. So, for that being said, that is the Q&A. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this Q&A. Again, I might do one in the future, might not. 1,500 subs, I'm probably going to have some cool opening, though. But I like to do different things in between and all that, especially because I'm going to be at a point very soon where I don't know if I could do a special every 100 subs. Like from 1,500 onwards, depending on how it looks like, I might just do 1,750 and 2,000. Not too sure, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this Q&A. If you have some questions, I might answer them in the comment section below. I'm not going to save them for next Q&A because that's months I'm just going to forget. So leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe, and thank you for being a part of the channel. And I'll see you guys next market watch or next video. Peace.